Kids, don't go outside. There are flashes of lightning in the sky and it might be dangerous to go out right now. Yes, Sanya, we must take precautions to protect ourselves. I agree, Bhaiya. I wonder how and why lightning occurs in the sky. I'm curious to know. That's a long story, Sanya. Have you ever noticed how our hair stands when we take off our woolen clothes? Oh, yes. And in fact, when we take our woolens off in the dark, we can hear crackling sound and sometimes even see a spark. Bhaiya, do you know why that happens? Sanya, do you know, a long time back there was an American scientist named Benjamin Franklin who discovered that lightning and these sparks in the woolen clothes are the same phenomena. Both are same phenomena? How is that possible, Bhaiya? Friends, do you know how? Sanya, can you guess what would happen if we rub this plastic comb on our dry hair and then take it near to these bits of paper? Yes, Bhaiya. I think the comb will attract these bits of paper towards itself. Friends, remember we have done this activity earlier. Can you guess how a comb attracts the bits of paper? How and why does a comb gets this power to pull on the paper bits? Sanya, do you know why this happens? Yes, Bhaiya, I had read about how rubbing a plastic object creates a charge in it, which makes it attracts lighter things like paper towards itself. Okay. So do you think that the little spark in our clothes is an outcome of this charge only? Oh, so you mean to say that the woolen clothes get charged when they rub against our bodies? Exactly. It is this charge that makes our hair stand on its ends. Oh, I get it. This means we can charge objects by rubbing them. Bhaiya, I want to know how different objects get charged and how these objects work after they are charged. Come on, let's find that out, Sanya. Let's take two balloons and hang them so that they don't touch each other. Bhaiya, are we going to rub these balloons to create a charge? Yes. Let's now rub these balloons with the woolen cloth. Bhaiya, both these balloons are charged, but instead of attracting, they're repelling each other. Friends, when I charged a balloon by rubbing it against my hair, it attracted the bits of paper. But now that both these balloons are charged, why are they repelling each other? Friends, does this mean that objects with same kind of charge repel each other? What do you think? Sanya, you can try and find it out using other objects too. Friends, what if we charge two plastic straws and bring them close to each other? Will they react the same way as the balloons? Can you find out? Bhaiya, up till now we tried bringing two charged objects made up of same material near each other. What if we bring two charged objects made up of different materials closer? Then what will happen? Come on, let's find that out. We'll rub this plastic straw with the polythene and keep it in a glass like this. Now we need one more charged object. Let's rub this balloon and take it near the glass, Bhaiya. Sure. Balloon and the straw are pulling each other closer. Friends, does this mean that the charge on balloon is different from the charge on straw? What do you think? Sanya, can you relate this to the force of attraction of a magnet? Opposite poles of magnet attract each other. Yes, and like poles repel each other? Oh, now I understand. Can you tell the similarity between a magnet and a charged object? Bhaiya, does this mean that there are two kinds of charges? Yes, absolutely. Positive charge and negative charge. Bhaiya, but what is the correlation between charge and the lightning? Sanya, do you remember what you had read about thunderstorms in class 7? Yes. During the development of the thunderclouds, the air currents move upwards while the water drops move downwards. Oh, so is the spark and sound of the lightning formed due to charge created between air and water drops? Absolutely. The negative charge near the lower edge of the clouds meets the positive charge near the earth and creates that spark. Now I understand why if there is a thunderstorm, it may be dangerous to go outside or walk under the open sky. A house or building will be safe, though we must take safety precautions inside the house too. I feel in such times we should stay away from the electric wires and appliances too. Friends, our science textbook lists various precautions to keep us safe during thunderstorms and lightning. Can you refer to your book and share? To protect our houses and buildings from lightning, a metallic stick longer than the height of the building is inserted in the building walls. Friends, can you tell us some more safety precautions? How can we protect our houses when there is lightning outside? We learned today lightning is caused by electric charges. Charge similar to lightning can be created by rubbing of objects. Law of charges: like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. Protection from thunderstorms. Mommy, look, there is news about earthquakes in many cities. Yes, beta, and the destruction that these earthquakes have caused is pretty evident from the images being flashed. That's true, mummy. In fact, these days I'm also working on a school project on this subject. See, I have also collected some pictures of earthquakes from the newspapers. We can clearly tell from these pictures the immense damage that these earthquakes cause to huge buildings, bridges and human life. I can recollect what Grandma used to tell us about earthquakes. Sanya, do you remember? Grandma used to tell us that Earth is balanced on a bull's horn. An earthquake is caused when the bull shifts Earth from one horn to the other. Yes, in ancient times, people did not know the exact cause of earthquakes, so they believed in such stories. Actually, the cause of earthquake is entirely different. Sanya, can you tell me the actual cause of earthquakes? Yes, Bhaiya, I had read that when there is any disturbance inside the depths of the uppermost layer of the earth, earthquakes are caused. Friends, can you guess the name of this layer? You can take 2 minutes to think about this. But what is there in this layer that causes an earthquake? I had read that the uppermost layer of the earth is made up of some plates that are in continual motion. When these plates move, they collide with one another or rub against one another, which is felt as a jolt or tremor. This jolt or tremor is felt as an earthquake on the surface of the earth. That's very good, Sanya. You are absolutely right. Friends, now that the scientists have identified the cause of earthquake, don't you think it would be awesome if the time and place of an earthquake could also be known before it actually occurs? Do you think that is possible? Sanya, do you know there may be other causes of earthquakes too? Oh yes, even the volcanic eruptions may cause earthquake tremors. Friends, can you think of any other reasons? Right, but earthquakes occur due to movements in Earth's plates in locations where the boundaries of these plates are in relatively smaller areas. Chances of earthquakes are higher. Oh, isn't this about the earthquake-prone zones, Bhaiya? Places where the chances of an earthquake are higher are the earthquake-prone zones like Kashmir and Rajasthan. Sanya, do you know how we can measure the power of an earthquake? Yes, mummy, it can be measured using the Richter scale. I have heard that earthquakes with magnitude higher than 7 on this scale can be very destructive. Yes, you are right. But do you know of any other instrument that can tell us how destructive an earthquake was? Hmm, friends, can you guess the name of this instrument? Oh, I know. It is the seismograph. This instrument has a pen attached below it. Ah, yes, now I remember. The attached pen records on a paper under it the waves of the earthquake. Scientists can assert the intensity of an earthquake by analyzing these waves. Sanya, we cannot predict an earthquake, but we must take precautions to protect ourselves at all times. Yes, mummy, we must always be prepared. This is the reason why the buildings in high seismic zones are constructed using materials that would not cause much damage. Even the building collapses during an earthquake. There are other considerations too that should be kept in mind while constructing houses. For example, during earthquakes, at times there are high chances of fires breaking out. Fire extinguisher should be installed in the building as a safety measure to extinguish any fires. Okay, so tell me, what do you think you will do if you feel tremors right now? Friends, I'm sure you must have read about precautions for safety during an earthquake. Will you help me list them? Firstly, we must take shelter under a table and secure our head with something that could protect it, like a helmet. Stay away from heavy objects as they may fall over us during the tremors. Friends, can you think or find out about any other measures? You have got it right, Sanya. But these measures will help only if you are inside the house. What if you are outside in the open? Bhaiya, then we must stay out in an open area, away from any buildings or trees to safeguard ourselves from anything falling on us. Yes, but I guess instead of standing, it will be even better to lie down on the ground. We must also stay away from electric wires during an earthquake. Friends, can you find out about any other precautions that we can take to protect ourselves during an earthquake? We learnt earthquakes are caused because of movements in plates of the earth, explosions inside the earth due to volcanic eruptions. Richter scale is used to measure the power of an earthquake. Seismograph measures the intensity of an earthquake. Precautions that we can take to protect ourselves during an earthquake: take shelter under a table, stay in open ground or open areas, stay away from electric wires and heavy objects.